the vehicle that replaced instinct with data. At first, it felt like evolution, calm decisions, perfect timing, no hesitation, just data flowing faster than human thought. And then drivers realized something was missing. For decades, driving relied on instinct, subtle cues, muscle memory, judgment built through repetition and risk. You didn't calculate danger, you felt it. That feeling guided decisions long before logic ever caught up. This vehicle was designed to remove that burden. Its creators believed instinct was unreliable, emotional, inconsistent. Data, they argued, could see farther, react faster, and decide better. Sensors replaced sensation. Algorithms replaced intuition. The road became a stream of probabilities instead of impressions. Early results were extraordinary. The vehicle predicted traffic patterns flawlessly, adjusted speed before congestion formed, chose braking points with mathematical precision. Drivers felt smoother, calmer, almost detached from the act of driving itself. That detachment was celebrated. Less stress, fewer mistakes, more consistency. The car didn't ask drivers to interpret the road. It interpreted it for them. Instinct became optional. At first, nobody questioned that trade because nothing went wrong. The vehicle handled complexity effortlessly. Weather shifts, sudden merges, erratic drivers. It processed variables no human could track consciously. The machine didn't flinch. It executed. Drivers adapted quickly. They stopped scanning as actively, stopped anticipating, stopped preparing, not out of laziness, but out of trust. The system had earned it, again and again. But something subtle began to change. When instinct isn't used, it dulls. Drivers still held the wheel, but their relationship with the road shifted. Sensation gave way to supervision. Awareness softened. The car felt like it was driving through people rather than with them. Engineers began noticing patterns that didn't fit the success narrative. When the system behaved normally, everything improved. When it behaved unexpectedly, humans hesitated, not because they didn't know what to do, but because they no longer felt when to do it. The vehicle hadn't failed. It had succeeded in replacing instinct with data, and that replacement carried consequences no one had planned for. Because instinct isn't just about reaction, it's about readiness. And readiness, once lost, is hard to restore. The industry was about to learn that data can guide decisions, but it cannot replace the feeling that tells you something is wrong before numbers ever do. The first signs of trouble didn't appear in crash statistics. They appeared in behavior. Drivers trusted the system so completely that they stopped forming their own mental models of the road. They followed instead of anticipating. They observed instead of engaging. Researchers noticed that during simulator studies, when data-driven assistance was active, drivers responded later to sudden changes, not because they were distracted, but because their instincts had gone quiet. The system filtered danger so effectively that the body stopped reacting to it. The vehicle was doing exactly what it was designed to do. It removed uncertainty. But uncertainty is what trains instinct. Without small moments of tension, the human brain stops rehearsing responses. Reflexes dull. Judgment slows. Drivers weren't becoming worse. They were becoming dependent on clarity provided externally. Engineers debated the findings intensely. Some argued the solution was obvious. Expand data coverage. Reduce edge cases. Let the system handle everything. If humans struggle when instinct faded, then instinct itself was the flaw. Others disagreed. They pointed out that no system can ever see everything. Sensors fail. Context shifts. Rare situations emerge without warning. In those moments, instinct is not a luxury. It is the final safety net. The data supported them. When the system encountered ambiguous scenarios, construction zones with conflicting signals, unpredictable pedestrians, unusual weather patterns, handoffs became fragile. The car waited for human input. Humans waited for clarity that never came. Seconds stretched, not because drivers panicked, because they felt nothing. Instinct, once replaced, did not return instantly on demand. Designers attempted to reawaken it. They added visualizations, alerts, predictive cues. But information didn't restore feeling. Knowing something was risky didn't recreate the bodily sense of urgency that instinct provides. The system spoke in numbers. Humans needed sensation. That mismatch revealed a fundamental misunderstanding. Instinct isn't irrational. It's compressed experience. It's the brain's fastest interface with reality, built from thousands of prior moments. By bypassing it completely, the vehicle had removed something no dataset could fully replicate. The vehicle had not made drivers careless. It had made them numb, and numbness is far more dangerous than fear. The innovation had crossed another invisible line. It wasn't just assisting judgment, it was atrophying it. And that realization forced the industry to confront a question it had avoided for years. Can data truly replace instinct? Or must technology learn how to preserve it? Because the safest decision is not always the most calculated one. Sometimes it's the one you feel before you can explain why. The turning point came when engineers stopped treating instinct as a flaw and began treating it as a signal. Not noise to be filtered out, but information to be preserved. They examined what instinct actually was. It wasn't guesswork. It was pattern recognition operating below conscious thought. A tightening in the chest before a sudden stop. A subtle shift in posture before evasive steering. These sensations didn't compete with data. They complemented it. The vehicle's design had silenced those cues by smoothing everything too early. Risk never reached the body. Danger never registered physically. And without that registration, drivers lost their internal timing. The fix required a philosophical reversal. Instead of asking how much data could replace instinct, engineers asked how data could protect it. The system was reworked to leave certain signals untouched. Minor variations in road texture were allowed through the steering. Small changes in grip were no longer fully masked. The car guided, but did not anesthetize. This wasn't degradation. It was calibration. Drivers began feeling the road again, safely, subtly, without being overwhelmed. Instinct reawakened, not through stress, but through continuity. The body stayed engaged because it never fully disconnected. Handoffs improved immediately. When the system encountered ambiguity, drivers reacted faster, not because alerts were louder, but because their internal sense of timing never shut down. The vehicle no longer replaced instinct. It reinforced it. That change rippled outward. Design teams reconsidered how much smoothing was too much. Feedback became a design feature, not an imperfection. Engineers stopped chasing complete silence and began valuing informative sensation. The goal shifted from removing risk to communicating it honestly. The industry began to understand something profound. Instinct doesn't need danger to exist. It needs information. By preserving a continuous conversation between machine and human, the vehicle regained balance. Data handled complexity. Instinct handled readiness. Neither dominated. The car became safer not by thinking more, but by feeling enough. And that balance between calculation and sensation revealed the final lesson of the project. The future of driving would not belong to data alone. It would belong to systems wise enough to know when not to speak over the human body. Because when instinct is preserved, humans remain present, and presence, not precision, is what saves lives when certainty disappears. The resolution didn't come from choosing sides. The industry didn't abandon data, and it didn't retreat into nostalgia for instinct. Instead, it learned how fragile progress becomes when one replaces the other. The vehicle was redesigned around coexistence. Data continued to skim farther than human eyes ever could. Algorithms still calculated outcomes with impossible speed, but they no longer insulated drivers from sensation. They framed it, preserved it, allowed instinct to stay alive beneath the surface. Driving changed again, not back to what it was, but forward into something more balanced. Drivers felt subtle warnings before dashboards reacted. They sensed hesitation before systems intervened. The road spoke through the car, and the car chose not to mute it. Safety improved in a different way, not through more prediction, but through better readiness. When rare situations emerged, those moments where data faltered or context shifted too fast, humans were already present, already engaged, already feeling that something was wrong. The industry absorbed the lesson quietly. Designers stopped chasing total smoothness. Engineers valued informative feedback. Silence was no longer treated as perfection. Communication was. Vehicles began teaching drivers again, not through alarms, but through continuity. Instinct returned to its rightful place, not as a replacement for intelligence, but as its partner. Looking back, the mistake feels obvious. Data can explain the world, but it cannot inhabit it. Humans don't survive uncertainty by calculation alone. They survive by sensing, anticipating, and staying connected to what unfolds around them. The vehicle that replaced instinct with data didn't fail. It revealed a boundary, a reminder that progress becomes dangerous when it forgets the body behind the wheel, and that the safest systems are not those that think for us, but those that help us stay awake inside the moment. Because when instinct and data move together, neither dominates. They protect each other. And in that balance, the future finally feels human again. The vehicle